for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night. Hello, I'm Katie.
What up, what up? Ty here.
I like how you have to get a little ghetto.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Gotta do it sometimes, right?
At the start and at the end of every single episode, it gets real ghetto.
Hey, that's my signature. Start and ending.
So how was your week this week? You did nothing.
I did nothing. Didn't work the whole week because the way I was able to work my schedule out, and I did nothing but play video games all week and did minor chores. Should have did more, but did not.
I'm sorry. What minor chores did you do?
Dishes sometimes, took out the trash sometimes, clean the toilet sometimes.
You cleaned the toilet?
I did.
I'm shocked.
And made the bed every time I wake up. Got that because of you. I used to never make my bed. Or the bed, not my bed, our bed.
It's just your bed because by the time you go to bed, I'm usually up.
That is true. And by the time I wake up, you're already up. So
we're about to go to bed. And so it's
or about
I never sleep with you anymore, which is totally okay because you snore.
You snore.
You snore.
You snore.
Okay.
I mean, you have like baby snores. They're cute. It's like that.
It sounded like a pig.
It's like cute little baby snores. Mine are probably it's
like when your
allergies here.
When
terrible.
your allergies hit you, it's like I'll like be sleeping and then all of a sudden you hear a noise and I'm like, shit, somebody's gonna come and kill me. And then it's just you snoring. And I'm like, what the fuck?
When you're out the room?
No, when I'm sleeping and like the chances are like maybe 1 or 2 hours.
You don't hear me get in the bed.
I don't hear you get in the bed, and then I hear noises, and I'm just like, because the bed is like one of those motion ones where if you hit it, like you don't really feel anything else.
Good. I'm glad it's like that because our bed before you can you move a finger and it's like.
I'm sorry, what was that?
It was a very loud bed. It was annoying, so I'm glad we got a king size awesome bed now.
Yeah, this one's
mattress.
Really nice. Good choices.
And you got a mattress topper, which is good.
It makes me sink in, and I when I have to suction.
The mattress topper I got before, I guess that was a shitty one. This one's a good one.
I know. All my choices.
Amazon.
If you want to sponsor us,
I know, right? If you want to sponsor us, Amazon, we will do that.
We'll pimp your shit out. I don't think they want us to say pimp your shit out, but
I like how you get ghetto sometimes.
I'm always ghetto. You're very white, and then you get ghetto, which is weird. And then I'm just like, wow.
Well,
the time
just
you twerk on
I have the white version of me that likes to go to creepy forests.
I need you to go to creepy forests, though.
If y'all haven't seen that meme with that long-haired white guy,
I'll give you $200 if you can tell something a white person would that a black person wouldn't.
Y'all gotta see that video. It's awesome.
No, you have to finish it. What did it go? Oh. It's like, did you hear that noise?
Did you hear that noise in that creepy dog forest with 17 murders it came from? Yeah. I'm gonna check it out.
But that's me. I'm like, dude, did you hear that noise?
She already walked around in our little foresty area in our property, so didn't even let me know until after she made a video.
You were sleeping. I'm not going to wake you up because you yell at me every time I wake you up.
This is true. This is very true. I like to sleep, even though I go to bed at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 11 or 12 or 1.
See, you should go to a bed at a normal time so we can function together at the same time every day.
When you're sleeping, that's like my video game time because I don't want to do it when you're awake. So I try to balance it out. So
but
I play
you still do it when I'm awake anyway. So
if you're working, yeah, or if you're something, then yeah.
Anyway, so this week was awful for me. Work was stressful. That's pretty much it.
Work.
Yeah. People are assholes. People are so petty. I'm just shocked. Anyway, moving on. The movie this week was Cabin in the Woods.
With Chris Hemsworth.
I sincerely love this movie, but I want to give a quick synopsis of it, or synopsis. That's a word. That. So, Cabin in the Woods. It is when 5 college student friends. I just put students in there. That wasn't supposed to be there. Let me try again. When 5 college friends arrive at a remote forest cabin for a little vacation, little did they know, or did they
Give me
Lou.
that. Give me that. Give
I
me
can't read it.
that.
My
All
eyes are
right, so
itchy.
starting over again. When five college friends, Chris Hemsworth, Anna Hutchinson, Fran Kranz, Jesse Williams, arrive at a remote forest cabin for a little vacation. Little do they expect Little do they expect horrors that await them. One by one, the youths fall victim to backwoods zombies, but there is another factor to play. Two scientists are manipulating the ghoulish goings on. Wow, that's interesting. But even as the body count rises, there is yet more at work than meets the eye. Release date 2012. Director Drew Goddard, and starring, I already said some of the names already. And it was 7 out of 10 in IMDb. 92% Rotten Potatoes.
So, in essence, this one was a really good movie.
Tomatoes, not potatoes.
It's Rotten Potatoes now, guys.
Rotten Potatoes.
Oh my god, that is pretty funny.
That was a struggle on that one. Jeez Louise.
It took me, I didn't even get through it, and then you had to read it, and you barely got through it.
At least I did.
You know what? Suck it. Suck it. So for this one, this movie, was amazing. I love this movie. This is like one of my favorite. I can watch this movie over and over again.
I've probably seen it 3 or 4 times, but it's just that good.
It's entertaining.
It
So
is entertaining.
spoiler alert today, as always, if you haven't watched the movie, it's your own damn fault you didn't do the homework. So epic fail on your part. But
Or if you already saw it, then awesome. But it doesn't hurt to watch it again. It's
true
all about that
that.
merman.
It's all about that merman. So, there was a lot going on in this. We had to stop at the beginning a lot because our neighbors are, I guess, in some sort of trouble.
Yeah, cops have been at their house 7 times. They came twice today, so 7 times in the past like week and a half. So
And they just go up and start trying to talk to them. And so we had our windows open so we can see across the street to like watch these neighbors get not interrogated but questioned by the police. But this lady just was like shook her head, and then jumped in the truck, and then they backed out. And this guy left his Xbox on his hood, and
climbed
so
out of the window or
the window,
yeah,
the
climbed out of the
window.
window onto his hood of his truck, grabbed it, and then climbed back through the window.
I was just like, okay, opening the door would have just been too difficult for you.
I guess it was a quicker route going that way because open door you got to get out, go around the door, pick it, go back in. So I guess he was right in an essence. I guess.
But he was really skinny. I couldn't see any other person doing that.
That's why he did it because he was like a 90 pounds or 100 maybe.
Anyway, so we got interrupted at the beginning, like 3 or 4 times because the police just kept on coming back, and we're just like, what's happening?
And our dogs kept growling, and they're just like, what the hell's
But
going
the
on?
thing is, they parked in front of our house to go to their house.
Yeah, I was freaking out there for a second. I thought they were going to come to our house, and I was like, we did not do anything.
Ran through all the illegal shit I do, and I was like, no, they don't know about that yet. So,
no reason for them to come to our house. So we're
Don't
like
come to our
freaking
house.
out, and then they walked across the street. We're like, oh, geez, they're back again.
So overall, the movie is amazing. I really enjoy the setup. I don't know. I really like good horror movie setups. The happy family in a like haunted house, and there's like unpacking and doing all the shit, and then these 5 college students like are just joking around and get in a Rambler because what college student doesn't have a Rambler?
I mean, that's a smart thing to have as a college student. A Rambler? Hell yeah. I wish I would have had one.
Do you know what a Rambler is?
What they were driving?
The RV.
I did see the movie.
I'm just saying.
I was there next to you watching
But the question is like, okay, so there's a couple things I question in this movie. If they're going to a cabin in the woods, why are they driving a Rambler? Your silence.
I mean, because I was thinking. I mean, that is a good question. But what if the cabin? What if they would have went? Because he said his cousin bought it, and they never been there before. What if they would have got there and there was no working water, or the toilets didn't work, or they couldn't eat anything? Or
Okay,
I mean, there's
okay.
factors into it.
True.
So it's basically taking a backup, which is smart.
With a dirt bike.
Maybe it was a cabin where there was hills and he could have went dirt bike riding.
There was a hill.
Yeah, there was a hill, and he smacked into an invisible wall.
But so I like how the office dudes are just setting this up. They are acting as if it's a real job where the people who have placed bets and be like, "Oh, I know this person like
Yeah,
but
they're acting like a white collared,
it is a
like,
white collared, but it's one of those things
but they're
where
murdering people.
they're not murdering people. The
They're
Buckners were.
setting it up to murder people.
The
I mean,
choices,
that's like a good question. Like, could y'all and wifey see yourselves doing that?
yes, please hire me. I would do well.
So wifey says yes. I would have to think on it for a minute.
How much are you paying me? What do you need me to
I
do?
mean,
Rip fingernails out? I'm good. Let's do it.
Jesus, to be the person that has to basically sacrifice 5 people every year in order for these ancient gods not to come up and destroy the
It's
world.
for the greater good. It's like, do you sacrifice 5 people to save the world?
I
No,
mean,
you wouldn't kill people, so you just rather have the whole world demolished because we didn't
what
kill
are we
five people.
doing to the world right now as
I
a human
mean,
race? So I mean, what's the difference?
touche.
Either we do it or the ancient gods do it. If we do it, it's going to be
Do really
prolonged years and years and years, and it's going to be more death and destruction. If we let the ancient gods do it, that shit would be boop instant, and
it
then
would
just
be
start
boop
anew.
instant? You really think it's gonna be
Boop.
instant? Of all the historic events, my eyes itchy.
You just saw what the ancients came up and just smacked their hand on at the end, and then
He just broke a
destroyed that
camera.
whole
We
like
don't know
freaking
what. We don't know what he
area.
did. He just got upset.
I'm pretty sure that caused an earthquake. Like
I'm pretty sure it did.
15. What is it? It goes up to 10, right? On a earthquake scale,
I think so.
Richter scale.
10 point.
I think
The
it's
Richter
10.
scale.
10 point.
Shake
So
that body.
it was
Shake
probably
that
a
tail.
15 earthquake right there that just ancient God just did.
There's a song. I think it's called "Earthquake" from. I think it's called "Family Force 5."
I have no
And
idea
I
what you're
used to
talking
listen to it in college, and my sister, if she listens, which I know she doesn't because we swear too much, but it's like it goes 10.0 on the Richter scale. Shake that body, move that tail.
about. Oh my God. Well, that's what that ancient God did. It
That,
wasn't his tail, it was his hand.
but that was only his hand. Do you think how big his body is?
Imagine how big
I knew you were gonna say that.
his giant parts are. Oh man.
His husband
you,
bulge.
said, you see what I said? I said little giant parts.
He's not. He's not little.
His big giant parts. I meant to say probably. I
His
wouldn't even imagine.
husband bulge.
Yeah, husband bulge. It's probably like Mount Rushmore. His husband bulge. So I think that's a legit question. I wonder what y'all's responses are because I think mine is the opposite of wifey's.
I would do really well at that job, though.
I would not. I'll be like the light skinned guy in that movie. He was like, "Y'all are sick," basically. I guess he didn't really know what he
Holden
signed up for.
Jackson from Grey's
No,
Anatomy.
no, the one that was the protector of the room, the guy, the military guy.
Oh, the black guy.
Yeah, light skinned guy. He's not dark like me. He's lighter.
He's darker than you.
No, he's not. Anyway, so like his job, I don't think he actually knew what he signed up for. I don't think
He did know it, and he was like,
No, he didn't know. Well,
He
maybe.
blew himself up to save people.
They kept asking him, like, do you know what's going on here? Like, yeah, I know, but like he was questioning everything that they were doing. So I don't think he fully know what was happening. Of course, you're not going to explain that in like a job interview. Like, oh, you're going to be taking care of a room
Are you prepared
where
to kill 5
we're
people a year?
murdering 5 people.
I
Like,
just
I'm
want to
pretty
know
sure
how
they
much
didn't say
you're
that.
getting paid. What's the salary like? I would like to know where I could apply. Is that so wrong?
I mean, they had scientists there too. I'm assuming
And they had mechanics, and they had the explosion
demolition.
people.
They had. You talk about my phone,
It's
and
got
they
birth
had.
control.
I mean, there was all sorts of people that they had to have there. But I wonder, like the part where they said that it came from upstairs when they messed up
Because
the
that's
table the
where,
cables.
because upstairs is where the people work that have to do the mechanics of everything, and then they're kind of on the like lower level, I guess.
Yeah, they're on a lower level.
Because like all the animals and all the things are upstairs
But
in the
no,
stables. The stables
they're
are
in the elevators.
yeah, but they have to be closer to the top because they have to break through the
Oh
surface.
yeah, true.
So that's where
But I wonder, like, that was never explained either. Like, who or what was the upstairs person that messed up the demolitions? Because they said
Oh,
they
the
never got the
fool,
call.
Marty.
Oh, the fool. That's
Remember,
what I was.
he was like fudgeting with it, and he was like ripping things out, and he was doing things in the little control
Oh, so
box.
like after he went into the hole and he killed a
Yeah,
zombie, he must have did
with a
something else.
trowel.
See, I thought about that during the movie, but I was like, it wasn't fully explained, I guess, until.
Yeah, that wasn't
Okay,
great
that makes sense.
explanation,
That makes
but
sense.
overall, he was the one that kind of was the mastermind. I really liked Marty.
See, I thought
Overall,
Marty was like the scholar,
he no, he's the fool because he's like a weed smoking dude,
but
and
he's smart though.
he,
He knew
I
how to go
mean,
into the elevator. He knew how to go into the elevator control thing and like disrupt
he
it.
didn't
He
know
was.
how to do it. I think he just did it, and he was
There's
hoping for
no
the
way he
best.
can do that.
I can play with the wires and hope for the best.
No, there was like a
Point me
thousand
to my
wires in
point
there.
me to the fuse box.
No, no, no. It's not that. It's not that easy. If
You're
it
not that
was, then
easy.
everyone would be able to do it. No, I don't think so. He figured it out, and I thought he was the smart. He figured out everything that was going on, and he tried to warn them, but they didn't want to listen to him. I think that's why he's a fool because he probably talks. He blows a lot of smoke up people's asses, maybe. So that's why they didn't believe him.
Hmm.
But then it turns out that at that moment he was actually speaking the truth. So they're like, "No, fuck you, guy." And it turns out everything that he was saying was right.
Yes,
So
but he.
you be the chick at the end. You'll be the redhead at the end.
So you're calling me the virgin?
No, they said they had to work with what they had.
Great. At least I'm not the whore that gets taken out first.
No, definitely not.
So wait. Who would you be then?
Oh Jesus, that probably the athlete.
Hmm.
Even though I'm not an athlete now anymore, but I used to be. Because I played track and field. I did high jump, long jump, triple jump, shot put. I tried discus, wasn't very good at it. I did basketball, soccer, football,
Okay. Okay,
and
Chris Hemsworth, stop.
I was gonna do baseball, but it was during the same time as soccer. I think
Wrestling?
I said baseball. I think it was the same time during soccer and basketball, so I couldn't do it.
Overall.
But overall, I played. It was
So
like
you'd be
four or
the
five sports.
athlete. I would be, I guess, the virgin. That makes me sad.
Yeah, you'd be considered the virgin.
Who, we can't say our friends' names, but I was like, who of our friends would be the remaining three?
So the fool would
You
be.
can't say names.
I know the fool would be who?
Uh, C would be philosopher, I feel.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. I
And
think
then,
fool would be our redhead,
oh yeah,
and then what was the other one?
or
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
I
who that
wouldn't
would
know
be.
who to like label that as
Yeah, I
of
would
our
know.
like
Yeah, of our
friends
friends, I
because
wouldn't
nobody's
know.
really a whore. They just enjoy themselves.
I don't know, but yeah, the
Sorry,
guys I
Gordon's
know.
yelling at us.
But any other questions you have on there? I thought you had
I
some.
have like a lot of things. Okay, so for me, definitely, if there's anybody out there listening to this and you have a job opening where I can choose people to kill and help you with that,
Jesus.
let me know. Be good at it. Um, I want to go back to the drug Marty. I called him the drug dude because I couldn't remember his name at the time. But I like Marty because he was a stand-up friend. At the beginning, he instantly put like how his level of friendship was because when the old dude was being like, "Oh, you're a whore," and then he walked up and he's like, "Oh, what war was it? Where the blues and the grays
Oh
were
yeah,
fighting against each
yeah.
other, brother against brother."
And he's like, "Oh yeah, you talk shit to my friend."
Yeah,
So
you disrespected my friend. So instantly you kind of have a pull towards him because he's the cool kid. And then throughout the whole thing, he's the person of reason, even though he's always high. And
that's normally how it is.
not always.
Well, with the normal weed smokers, it is.
Um, but yeah, so he was my favorite character just because of his whole like attitude, how he like he was like, this is weird. He when his friend, what's his fucking face? Chris Hemsworth, but I can't remember the character's name. Um
Kurt.
Kurt. Of course it would be Kurt.
Yeah,
Kurt, when Kurt was acting all macho and Marty was saying that it's just not normal because he's a sociology major and he's calling that other dude
Yeah,
egghead.
egghead. He's like, when did he
And
start acting all weird?
so that's where, and I like how it kind of set up in the beginning of the movie where they were talking about how like how the agent was standing on the roof and he's like, "Oh, the nest is empty."
Mm-hmm.
And so it's started from like the get-go, and the girl set like, my question to you is, do you think that they kind of persuaded her to dye her hair blonde, or did she just do that on her own?
No, they set a moment in there where they had her dye her hair so they can because they had the pheromones in there.
Yeah,
They
but I
said
don't
that in
know
there.
if how they would do that, like convince somebody to dye their hair, because that was so something like out of the ordinary for her.
Either well, I mean they had the gas stuff. I just don't know if they had it set up like at her house or her dorm or wherever
They
she
had it set up
lived.
everywhere. They had to have had it set up
Yeah, so
everywhere.
they manipulated her to do it somehow to dye her hair.
And
But I think it was better blonde than it would be brown. I don't think she would look right with brown hair. I mean, I haven't seen her what is it like?
natural hair color.
No, her the portraits that actors and actresses send to
Headshots.
headshots. I haven't seen like her headshot to see if she has brown hair
I
now.
think her hair was normally blonde because like the roots were showing.
Her blonde roots were showing,
Her brown hair roots were showing on her
so
blonde
she
head.
has brown hair. Then
Yeah, but
I want to see her with brown hair. I think she would look funny.
she would look funny.
She would look funny.
Okay,
Whatever her name is. Anna, is that Anna? I think that's Anna Hutchinson. Hutchison.
Yeah. Oh shit. She looks. To me, she looks like I'm gonna stare at you and be creepy. Like, look at
So
that.
she has
Look at
blonde
that
hair there too.
face.
That is a pretty scary face.
Sorry, not to like some of the pictures that you have on. Yeah, she's a blonde. She's a blonde, but that like her dark hair. See her roots.
Well, she's not a blonde. If you say she's a blonde, I mean she's naturally blonde. She's not naturally blonde. She's a
She's
brunette.
nobody's like their natural color in
You
Hollywood.
are obviously.
Because I shaved my head. I'm trying to
There
find.
has to be a picture of her with
I'm
brown
looking. Can
hair.
you give me 2 seconds?
I guess she even realized too. She's like, I don't look right with
Some
brown
people just
hair,
look better with different colored hair.
so I'm gonna
So
keep it blonde. Her hair's gotta be
um,
damaged with dyeing it for so
some
long.
people like we have our friend who dyes her hair different colors, and her hair is soft as hell. And I am very jealous of that. Holy mother, she got pregnant.
Jeez, twins probably.
I think that's like 27 people. I don't think so.
Wow. I don't know if that many can fit in the stomach.
I
That's a lot.
I don't see any pictures of her with just brown
Well,
hair. Anyway, moving on. So, I enjoyed that the movie called the plethora of creatures stables.
yes, stables. I mean, that's what it is. They're all in little cute. I mean, they could have called it cubicles too, because they're in little squares.
Sorry about that delay. We had to deal with Gordon, who was having a hissy fit outside. But the other,
Yelling and screaming.
if you didn't hear him in the background, he was there meowing and meowing and meowing and meowing. The other thing that I would like to bring up was the Buckners, the fun family that murdered everybody.
They got to
Uh,
choose their fate.
do you remember what the what the daughter's name was with one arm?
Patience. I like how. Oh, that's why her name is Patience because like, so I get it now. It's like a play on words because like they say her name is Patience. She shows up. She gets clotheslined. Oh, I know. You see in the background when Marty's peeing, and then she disappears, and then that's when Kurt hits him. Then she pops out, gets clotheslined, and you see her again walking in the distance again, trying to murder someone. She still doesn't get anybody, and then you see her again walking down the stairs, and then she finally gets to take out Sigourney Weaver. So that's why, because she had patience.
I mean, yeah, I just thought it was funny that you called her Sophia and then Stephanie.
Stephanie.
And I was like, wait, who are you talking
I
about?
was close with Sophia. It has a P in there, right?
I mean, it can.
Sophia does have a P in there. It
You
can. The
I
way you spell
how
it.
did I spell it?
If you spell it
S O FIA.
FIA,
That's
then
not a P.
no. But if
That's
you
how
put
I
a
spelled it.
P
So
in
suck
there,
it. But he was just listing off random people's names for the little girl, and it was just.
and he's like, Patience. I was like, oh, I was nowhere near. But I mean, now I get why they call her Patience, though. See, it makes sense. I think if Kurt would have picked that bald dude, he would have messed him up.
I want to know what he does.
I
Okay, of the animals there,
Well, they had a huge saw, so I think
he had a saw in his head.
I think they saw shit
I
off,
think that would be so much.
and they probably like start with like a toe, and then like maybe an ankle, and
Probably
then like
like
a
at the
knee.
joints, the main joints, like ankle,
Oh,
knee, hip,
jeez, Louise, I can't imagine.
waist.
Oh, good lord.
How much could you get chopped off before you would die?
I mean, it kind of depends. Like maybe they chop it off and then like they
Cauterize it?
cauterize it so it don't bleed out, and they chop off something else, cauterize it. Yee, that's even worse.
Mm.
And they start with like maybe they know in their head like not to cut certain things because like if they cut here, you can cut that main artery in your thigh, and then you'll bleed out pretty
You
quick.
could bleed out anywhere.
Not anywhere. If you cut a main artery, that's where you
Okay.
bleed out the quickest, though.
So, my question to you is, of all the animals in their stable, which one would you
You
be?
mean creatures? They're not animals.
Things.
One's a ghost. That's not an animal.
I
So a
mean, he
ghost is an
was-
animal now?
Sure.
Okay. I didn't know that was how you classify an animal.
So, of the creatures in the stables, not that funny, dude.
It was pretty funny.
Oh, are we gonna
Alright,
get
anyway.
crying black man right here?
Almost.
So close, guys. So close. I want to see him cry.
The Chronicles of a Crying Black Man.
That's not a racist thing. It's just because whenever he laughs so hard, he always
I
cries.
always tear up a lot.
And he's like crying and crying, and so we call it the crying black man.
The Chronicles of a
the
Crying Black Man. There you go. There you
Okay.
go.
Anyway, so of the creatures in the stables, which one would you be?
Which one would I be?
Mm-hmm. That we saw. That
I
you
mean, I
remember.
didn't get to see them all. Shoot.
I know.
Which
what I'd
one
be.
would I be? I would probably say either. Do I get two choices?
I'll give you two.
Yay! Two choices. I would probably be either the ghost or the werewolf. I mean, I wish they would have shown a vampire because I would have said that. Well, they had a vampire bat, right? Was that a vampire bat?
It was like a pterodactyl, a vampire pterodactyl.
It wasn't a pterodactyl. It didn't have a long.
Yeah, but his wings were pterodactyl-y.
I mean, there were, and he was strong. I mean, he took that dude through a freaking wall.
Freaking wall.
Like that
So-
was pretty hardcore.
I would probably be the cluster of masked people that
I
had
can
gasoline and started
I can
lighting
see you
people on
doing
fire.
that. Yeah.
Guys, I'm not really that crazy. I just enjoy stuff.
Bullshit.
And then I don't know what that girl did who was following that guy who was having a blood trail, but she
It
just
was like
followed
the
slowly. That
Deadpool scene. Like, I'm gonna kill you in 5 minutes with the Zamboni.
but she was slowly following him, and I'm very intrigued at what she would have done.
I can see both of those being you. Yep, 100%, 100,000%. Yeah, or I'll be. Can I get 3 choices?
Fine.
Yay! Or I'll be the guy with the ball. Like, cause he was just standing there, just holding the ball, like really.
You could not
creepy,
stand there.
like, and intense. He was just like staring at her. I think those 3 would be, but I don't know which one would be my first. Probably the guy with the razor blades in his head with the ball.
No, that's not you first. I feel like what was your other one? Yeah, the ghost.
The ghost and the werewolf.
You'd be the werewolf because you're very destructive.
I think I would probably be the werewolf. That would probably be the first thing. 'Cause it's either vampire. I love both of them. So yeah, probably the werewolf.
If I had a
100%.
third one, I'm trying to think of who else I'd be. Probably the ballerina because she's weird. Her face.
I like
is
it.
messed
She
up.
was just like dancing with like blood all over her.
I could just see me snapping and just dancing around.
I guess they set it up to where like, or I'll be the snake, the anaconda.
The anaconda.
Anaconda. It's A-N, anaconda.
You're saying it weird.
How are you supposed to anaconda?
It's like
Anaconda.
There's no D.
Anaconda.
There we go. There's an anaconda.
Anaconda. I used to always say Alexis instead of Lexus, like the vehicle. I always say Alexis. My mom, I remember
Oh,
my mom telling me one time, she's not, it's not, there's no A in there. It's only Lexus. I
it's
remember that in the back of
Alexis.
my head. So I just say Lexus now, but I used to always say Alexis. Anywho, yeah, or the Anaconda. He seems pretty cool because he's long and quick.
And he eats
I like
easily.
when that one person got thrown over and he's like, "Thump." I was like, Jesus, that
They
was
worked
quick.
together.
They did work together. I was like tantrum right there. It's like, hey, I'm throwing this to you, bud.
You got it?
You got it?
Got it. Here you go.
Think fast.
Hungry?
Hungry?
All right, so let's wrap this up. If
Oh, shit.
your score, what is your score for Cabin in the Woods?
I mean, I can watch that movie over and over and over again, so I'll say a 10.
Wow.
I like that movie. It's a good movie.
That's like your third 10, though. You know,
No, it's
you
only my
had
first.
Inception.
Oh, okay, second. Inception in this one.
Sweet Girl.
I didn't say 10 on Sweet. I said 8
Oh,
or
8.5.
8.5. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, see, get your facts straight, man.
So, Cabin in the Woods for me is definitely a 10.
Yeah, see the hey, your first 10.
Because I'm not so easy to judge.
Oh my god, you're just rude.
Moving on. So, we have a lovely discussion of
DC versus Marvel.
it's Marvel. All the way, 100%.
Oh man, I don't know. Cuz okay, see, so
Sorry again, if you heard a lot of cat meowings, it's because we made a new studio and we closed the door to the cats, and now Gordon is throwing a hissy fit. So I
he is
apologize.
freaking the F out.
Anyway, back to our discussion.
See, like it's like hard for me because I love Superman and I love the Hulk. Like the Hulk is my favorite, and Superman is one of my favorites, and obviously Deadpool.
Marvel. It has to be Marvel
I don't.
because DC is a sad, sad universe. Everything about it is depressing.
But DC, they're all overpowered. They're like most of them are gods almost.
That's not even fair.
Well, I mean, that's not fair.
It's like Marvel has the whole
They're
oh
mutants,
exactly.
so they will get destroyed by DC.
I'm not saying I want to pit them against each other. I'm just saying that
Well,
it's
that's
more
one of the
relatable.
questions. If they were to fight each other, who would win?
I would still think Marvel. I'm sorry. What is it?
Who?
Juggernaut, bitch.
The Juggernaut will get destroyed by. I think the Juggernaut will get destroyed by Wonder Woman.
Is she the weakest?
She would. She's
No,
not the
Marvel.
weakest. She's one of the. She's on the level with Superman. What are you talking about?
I just don't like any of them.
She would destroy the Juggernaut. Literally,
Isn't
she would destroy.
Spider-Man Marvel?
Yeah, Spider-Man's Marvel.
Okay.
And Wonder Woman would destroy Spider-Man because she's faster than him. She has a sword and a lasso or a rope, whatever the fuck you call it.
Lasso.
Like she would.
So is this like a cowgirl or something?
She's a god cowgirl. She's part god. Yes.
A god cowgirl.
She's a god
Right.
and awesome armor.
I don't know.
And you got the Flash. You got rich ass Batman who's smart on top of that, and that's like scary to have.
You know what?
Rich,
Fuck
smart
you,
guy.
Batman. Like you're the only superpower you do have is fucking you're a billionaire.
Money.
Like
Billionaire.
if I had a lot of money,
You can do a lot of shit with a lot.
Yeah, it's just go fuck yourself.
I mean, he's not like strong at all. He doesn't have any
normal.
superpowers.
He's a human.
But it's just like Iron Man. Iron Man is.
But he made himself a suit, so he's like indestructible. He can fly.
And Batman made a million suits too. So basically, Batman is like the Marvel Iron Man.
Your fucking whore mouth. Like,
basically, because
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. is rich as fuck too. So
I give you permission to come and kick his ass.
Ooh, I wonder who has more money, Batman or Robert Downey Jr. Or Batman or Iron Man. I wonder which one has more money. That's a good question too.
I think Iron Man does because he literally built weapons that were used across the world, whereas Bruce Wayne only has the money.
It's Wayne Enterprises. So,
but what do they make?
He makes weapons and stuff too.
Hello.
Sorry again. Gordon is adamant about getting wifey's attention.
He's so loud. So going back to our conversation, definitely Marvel would win.
No. I 100%, million percent. I mean, I love Marvel. Don't get me wrong. Love Marvel.
Who has more money?
Yeah, who has more money was the question now. And
it has to be Iron Man. Worldwide.
I don't know.
What does Wayne Enterprises make?
He makes weapons and guns too, babe. Like I think in one of the movies, uh, oh well, in Titans, sorry, it's like a spinoff from like Batman and all that. That one of the guys that went under um, Bruce Wayne, he was stating that they made like certain prototype weapons. So like they make weapons too.
Hmm.
So it is. I didn't know that either, but so that kind of cleared it up for me. So like they do that. So they both make weapons. They both provide probably worldwide. So I mean, it could be a tie. I mean, maybe one might have like $1 million more than the other, or maybe $1 billion more than the other. But I think it's pretty close.
I mean, after $1 billion, do you really notice?
That's insane. You know, that's three sets of nines. Three, so 9 digits, right?
Yeah.
Good lord.
No, like number and then 9 zeros.
Okay, yeah.
So like
Jeez
1 billion
Louise.
is 1 0 0 0
Yeah,
0 0
so
0
one and then
0 0
nine
0.
zeros, and a million's only one and then six
Six
zeros.
zeros. Six zeros is
That's
still a lot.
that's
If anybody
insane.
wants to give us $1 million or $1 billion just to feel it,
That's insane. Just like that one picture was like what was it? It was like a pallet of $1 million, right? And it was freaking 6 feet tall or something like that.
well, I think it's $1 billion because a
No.
million was it's not that much.
Babe, $1 million. No, we had this discussion before, and you're like, "Oh, it's not that." I think, or it was 100,000. It was not a billion. A billion
Oh, that was
dollars would
100,000.
probably take up this whole room.
I'm
Like, it's
okay
a
with
lot.
that. I would
It's
fill this room up with money.
that is insane how much money $1 billion is, and there's multi-billion billionaires out there.
What do you do with the money? Like, I wouldn't use any of the money. I would just go on Amazon, buy a few things, and be like, yeah, I'm done. And then just pay off all my bills and then survive, like live. I don't need the next best thing. That's where I would fail as a rich person because I don't need all that
No, you
bullshit.
would stay rich because you wouldn't spend that much. That's basically what you just said. So
What
you would stay rich. The
you
people
would
that
you would be
become
poor in a week. If I
no,
let
I've already had money before and I spent a lot of it, so I wouldn't do it again. Otherwise, I'll be buying random shit now without telling you, babe. Did you think of that? I don't do
mm,
that. So
but yeah, whenever we win the lottery, we're gonna like get a financial advisor. But I want it to be like a scary person with a scar on their face or something.
I'm pretty sure they do not exist. No one would hire them as a financial
I
advisor.
would.
We
How did you
would,
get that scar?
but
Like,
no
how
one
did you
else
get that
would
scar?
because he probably fucked up someone's money and they beat him or something or
Or
her.
true, him or her.
Yeah,
With
him
them.
or her. Not gonna be not gonna
All
rule out
right,
anyone.
going back, I'm a Marvel person. I can't. The reason why I like Marvel is because it has humor built within the action, whereas DC is
Only because of Deadpool.
no. I like Avengers. The Hulk is funny.
He is pretty funny when he smacked Thor across the room.
The one with the hammer, Thor.
Thor, you
couldn't,
just said his name.
couldn't remember his name for a second. Thor. He has pithy jokes. Um,
Loki.
Loki's funny. It's just everybody has their own humor and it like blends well with everybody else. Whereas DC is like, I'm Batman. My mommy and daddy died. In a
That's
situation.
why DC is so dark.
Oh, you're so dark.
Dark comedy.
It's not comedy at all. It's depression. Like
That's what DC stands
we
for.
went to see
Dark comedy.
Batman last night, and man, you should have fucking had a Xanax or something just to walk into that movie.
It is kind of like Batman's are usually always depressing though. Like it's just that's just the way they are. It's like his
I
parents
like
died. There's a bunch of crime happening in Gotham
I
City.
like the 1990s, 1980s films better than the new ones. I'm just throwing that out there because it's funny. We have the Penguin who was the what's his fucking face?
Colin Farrell.
No, that was this one.
Oh,
Old one. I can't
I
remember
don't
his
know
name.
his name.
He's on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Frank, but I can't remember his real name.
Never seen it.
Sorry, dude. And then I like Catwoman one with fucking Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
And then
that's
I like
memorable.
The Riddler with Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, my boy.
Even the ice one with fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was funny.
Yeah,
But after those, it's just
those are the
depression.
classics. Those are the best ones.
I would watch those again.
But see, like I think this Batman was more realistic because like the Riddler is not gonna dress up, the way Jim Carrey did in the Riddler back in the day. That's gonna make him too obvious. Like he's gotta keep a profile.
Low
Same thing with the
profile.
Penguin. Penguin looked like an
But he
actual
waddled.
penguin. This one didn't. He
He
just
just
had,
waddled.
but he still had his scars on his face.
Yeah.
So it was more realistic.
And then I don't know very many other DC people. I know Superman, not Spider-Man.
Wow.
Superman, Superwoman,
You mean Wonder
Aqu-
Woman,
sure.
Aquaman?
There's a Supergirl,
There is a Supergirl, but you said,
Flash. Those are just like I don't. To me, it's their powers are instant winners. To me, it's like
well,
why
see,
would you have a
Flash only got his because of an explosion that happened at like one of the labs that he was working at, and it ended up, I can't remember what the explosion it was, but it ended up giving him powers. It gave a lot of people powers, some good, some bad. His ended up being good. So he
okay?
technically
He's okay.
he's like a
I can
mutant in a
accept
way.
him. But to me, it's just all these people who have these powers that are, oh, you can't beat these people. Oh, Superman, he's faster than a speeding bullet. He blah blah
Well,
blah,
Superman
laser
get beat
eyes.
though. Superman get beat by Batman
Great.
and probably Iron Man because once Iron Man found out that he has weak to kryptonite, that'll be a wrap for him. He'll just make a suit out of
I
kryptonite,
got you.
and then Superman wouldn't be able to touch him. So,
And so then for me, Marvel, everybody has like they either achieved their stuff like through hard work and discipline. Which Batman, yes, did. Okay, but whatever. Moving on. But everybody else either was born with it. That's who they were, but they have a weakness. So Nightcrawler, he looked weird and had a tail, but that's just who he was. You couldn't get around it. Rogue, she can sap your energy.
oh, actually, no, I forgot. Marvel does have Rogue.
It's all X-Men, dude. That's how I
I
got
think
into that.
she would probably fuck some shit up.
She would kill everybody. She just need to touch Superman and be like, "Ding," laser
Oh,
his
and get
fucking
his power.
ass.
No, no, I'm talking. Oh, I was meaning the Phoenix. Sorry, the Phoenix.
Oh, Jane.
I was meaning her, not Rogue.
Jean Grey.
Yeah, Jean Grey. She would fuck some shit up
I think Rogue would fuck people
because
up.
she even gave some of her power away to. Was it in that show? In that last movie, Dark Phoenix, she gave some of her power away, and she was still freaking powerful.
And so that's to me, you're born with it, or maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Maybe it's Marvel.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Marvel, but I just think if it was a head-on fight, DC would win.
Anybody out there who can help me file for divorce?
I'm pretty sure there is. I mean, you just gotta look at the.
No.
I mean, okay, let's just name the 5 Marvel people. So you got
Iron Man,
huh?
Hulk,
Yeah, Iron
Thor.
Man, Hulk, Thor, Spider Man,
Professor Xavier.
and let's say someone more stronger than
Deadpool.
that. Okay,
Deadpool can't die.
Okay, so 6. Deadpool um Jean Grey. So
Great.
those 6. Okay, so then you got Superman, you got Wonder Woman, you got Batman, you got Aquaman, you got who else?
You have 4. I have 6.
Well, I'm trying to think of some other people now.
Flash?
I mean,
Did you say Flash?
Flash and one other superhero or person I can't think about. Just them 6 versus those 6. I think the only person who would be left is Deadpool because
he can't die. So Marvel wins.
No, I mean
yes, it's last man standing. He might not be standing, but he will still be alive.
He would not be able to hurt Superman. He can't. What's he gonna do? Stab him with his metal sword? Like
Maybe.
That's not gonna bother him. So he wouldn't be able to beat Superman. So
but Jean Grey would kill those out, but then Deadpool would be able to take out the rest.
Jean Grey, the only thing that can hurt Superman is kryptonite, at least deadly.
So Iron Man would take him out then, because he would create something.
Unless Jean Grey took the sun away, then Batman or Superman would be screwed too, because he needs
She
the sun to
could
power up.
easy, or put Storm in there, and she'll put clouds over the sky. Like
That's true
seriously,
too. Oh man, it can kind of go. It
I
depends
don't
on who you put against who.
hardcore Marvel. No, nobody can beat Marvel.
I don't think
There's
so.
always
I don't
somebody
think
who has a
that's true.
power that's going to benefit somebody.
Maybe.
Like that's why they are so bent on working together, whereas DC is like I work alone.
Well, they are pretty anti
So
like working together. So yeah, I think
that's
that might be
where
their downfall.
Marvel will win, whereas DC will lose because they are very independent, which is not bad. But going against Marvel, it is they can't share the responsibility. They can't do anything together because then they fighting each other, and then it's boring,
And
and then
then
I get
imagine
sad.
if you had, say, if because he's part DC. If you had the guy the villain that they were fighting in the very last one. Crap, I can't remember. It starts with a D. Someone out there will probably let me know. I can't remember his name. Anyway, if they had him on their squad, he would fucking destroy world. He's a world destroyer.
Thanos
No, that's Marvel.
again. I win.
Oh, you got him too. Well, he can only destroy the worlds if he had those rings. If he doesn't have the
He already
rings,
had the glove.
he's not that strong. So
I
this
mean,
dude,
he's kind of strong
crap,
because
what's
he
his
got
name? Shoot,
Donnie Darko.
I can't think of his name, but he was the villain in the last Justice League. They're trying to take him out. If he was in the part of the mix, I think it would be a fight too.
Okay.
I think it can go either
So
way.
you're DC, I'm Marvel. I don't think we're gonna change each other's minds because fuck DC. No offense.
See,
Congratulations.
I'm on both. I like both sides.
No,
So I'm
you have
not.
to choose one.
I'm just. I
You have to
can't
choose
choose
one.
one.
You
I
have to
can't
choose
choose
one.
one. I can't choose one. I'm not because I can't. I like the Hulk. Hulk has like been my
So you like
dude
Marvel.
forever, but then Superman has also been my dude for forever.
Superman's so
You're just hating because he's an alien god.
No, it's just boring because he has all these powers and it's like, oh,
But
I'm
he still has a
invincible.
weakness. The Hulk has a weakness. He got his ass beat by fucking Thanos. But that's not the true Hulk though, because the more you piss him off, the stronger he gets. So
He
they
wasn't really
fucked
that
up
bad.
when they
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, they did. So that is our discussion today. I'm sure we probably could talk for hours about
Oh,
that
this
and
is a
just
long
debate.
discussion.
But let us know what you think. Who would you prefer? Drop us a line.
Yeah, please let us know who you prefer.
Email
'Cause we
us.
want
Give us
the
reasons.
insight.
Please do not email me million-mile emails discussing why I'm wrong or he's wrong. I mean, you can do it for he's wrong because he is wrong. But
If it was a long email, we would
read
appreciate
it,
it. We would still read it.
and I would notate the highlights.
Yeah,
But
definitely pick the
I
highlights
wouldn't
out.
be able to read it all because I struggled today reading. But please email us. You can do it at infothenight69@gmail.com. I'm looking at you like you know.
I'm not. I'm looking at your paper.
And then,
which you should be looking at.
well, that's our website. So infothenight.podcast.com. You can actually send us an email there as well. Just go to the contact little tab that I made. I made it, guys. Go.
She did make it 100% from
And
scratch.
so please, you can go there if you want to message us. Just kind of a side note, coming up in the next couple episodes, we're going to have our second episode for We're Not Qualified. Please send us your advice requests, please, or fun stories that you've heard and you want to share with us, to participate in our discussions. We will read those as well. It just doesn't have to be advice. But please take that into account. Take 2 minutes out of the day to send us a quick message. And next time, our next episode, you get the movie, I get the topic. What's your movie?
It's called The Dark.
The Dark.
The Dark, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I was like Darkness. No, The Dark.
Dark.
If y'all have not seen that, I believe it's still on Netflix. I think.
Let me double check. I will double check.
But just look up The Dark. I think it has the girl. Isn't it the girl from
You can watch it on Tubi.
shoot, what's that movie with Jim Carrey in it? The fighting movie. It's like the kids fighting. Kick Ass. Isn't that the girl from Kick Ass? Or is it the other one that I'm thinking of?
She is not in that many movies, so I don't think it's the same girl you're thinking of.
Okay, maybe it's another.
Anyway,
girl.
so The Dark, it is on Tubi. It is with Nadia Alexander, so if you can find it, find it. Toby Nichols and Carl Markovitz. is
It's
in
a
it.
super
So,
good movie.
really good movie. We're just going to watch it again because that's what we do with our lives. My topic of discussion, zombie apocalypse. What would you do?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I just thought of it. You brought up The Dark, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
That's a good
So,
one.
next week, movie to
Well, I'm
watch.
excited for that.
It's. Oh, I love that
I'm
discussion.
excited
I
for
could
that.
talk about that for hours.
I mean, Marvel and DC was good too,
I'm
but
a slight doomsday prepper, but
that's
like,
gonna be a good discussion. There's a lot of topics.
and so make.
I
What the fuck was that?
don't know.
My brain hurts. Okay. So please watch the movie The Dark. If you can't remember or can't find it, please send me a message. I will help you. I check my email every day just in case somebody does message us asking questions. And then the topic of discussion is zombie apocalypse. So tune in, guys.
Yeah, let us
Seriously.
know what y'all would do for a zombie apocalypse. Let us know who your three people would be and what tools you would take, like in a hurry,
How
you
would
have
you
like
prep
30
for it?
seconds type stuff, and
Yeah.
let us know
So
what you think.
And so, again, just check out the website, inforthenightpodcast.com. That is where you're going to find some information about us. You can stalk us, know what we look like, because I'm pretty sure I don't sound like what I look like.
Neither do I. I've been
I
told
have
that all my life.
I have a face for radio.
I have a voice for radio, so what I've heard.
Okay, you're fine.
Thanks.
Thanks. It's like totally cute.
Suck yeah.
And we do have Patreon, so if you do like us and you would like to send us some funds to help us along, we would appreciate it. Of course, if not, that's totally okay, but definitely check it out. There are some things, there's different tiers on our Patreon page, so just go ahead and check that out, and we would
And we
appreciate
have
it.
wares. We're gonna
Oh,
get some. Yeah, we're gonna get some soon ourselves too. We thought about the other day. We should have already got some, but
oh yeah, we have shirts, we have things like merch.
sweaters.
So go online merch wise, we literally have everything you could
Yeah.
choose from, and you can choose different colors. It's just kind of a make to wear kind of thing, so you can choose your color, what type of shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a dog scarf too.
Yeah, we have a few dog things on there. I don't know if we have any cat stuff. We have a
No.
few dog things on there. Backpacks, bags, sweaters, t-shirts, hoodies, all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff.
So if you like the logo and you want to wear it, I'm gonna support that. Do it. Once we get our stuff, which is gonna be soon, I probably will order it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be wearing it to the gym and pimping us out. So pimp us out, people. Pimp.
100%. Do it.
You're gonna be
Do
our
it.
pimp.
Do it. Do it.
All right. Well, I hope we gave you an excuse to stay in for the night. I hope you have a wonderful night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace out.
Every single
Till
fucking
next time.